have to go get something to eat.
You're not stuffed?
I can't eat this. There's no meat in it, and it takes too much to break it apart, and you don't have the tools, and it's,
You're
you know,
fucking metrosexual, Matt.
That's.
We'll take you to McDonald's after this. Taco Bell. It's the only shit that's open.
Somebody said they've never seen somebody complain about crab legs. You're definitely not from Florida.
I'm from Florida. I was born in Florida. I consider myself a Florida cracker. I'm sorry that unbelievable.
Unreal.
Can't believe this shit.
Which one of his IDs do you need to see for you to believe that he's from Florida?
That's amazing. All right, next question.
What's the next question?
They're really all the same shit.
Sorry, just ask them.
Like, what was your biggest regret while you were doing fraud?
What was my biggest
Throughout
regret?
your entire career, what's the one thing that if you take back one thing, what would it be?
Other than this podcast.
I was going to say. Wow. See, you know what? That's one of those. That's
good.
That's a loaded
Put me a leg
question.
on there.
Because think about it. What I know the correct answer is.
There's sausage?
Yeah.
What is it?
Let me hold that.
The correct answer is.
Let me get a piece of
I
sausage.
wish I'd never committed fraud to begin with. Right? Isn't that the correct answer?
No, I want to hear the truth.
That's the answer.
I mean,
Probation officer's
if the
listening.
scenario.
It also says, like, was there a specific person or situation you regret doing?
I regret doing.
.com Joe. Yeah. Is there a specific one? Person or fraud crime or I don't know. Wife probably texted him.
That looks serious.
Time to change the diaper.
Everybody pray for Danny.
It's time to probably throw. He's probably going outside to throw up. Bad crab.
Bad crab, too
We're
many
probably
shotguns.
all going to be throwing up.
Crab's great.
This crab is amazing. The sausage is fire.
Oh my gosh, my nose is running. Oh, that shit was too spicy.
It's all spice.
This crab is amazing.
There's some more sausage in there if you want to try it.
No.
Sausage is really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I just no. I'm good. I'm good. This is.
This doesn't taste like it mixes well with coffee.
What doesn't mix well with coffee?
I've never sat down for a nice cup of coffee and
Crab?
played a crab.
Let's see.
Ooh, that's refreshing.
What would be biggest? Okay, I got it.
All right.
All right. So one, I made.
Man, people throwing money.
You know, I should have. You know, one of the problems when I was in South Carolina, and I'd applied for a bunch of loans, and one of the loan officers actually, like, I was closing the loans, and one of the loan officers left and went on vacation, and then came back and processed the loan. So the actuary, the abstractor went down to public records to check public records. But as loans were closing, so she actually caught several of those loans. Well, we had like 1.3 million in the bank, and we'd taken out like 600,000 or something. The problem was, I remember she was saying she was going on vacation, but it wouldn't slow down. It wouldn't stop the process. No big deal. Where I'll put everything through. I'm like, okay, so we're still going to close within the next 30 days. Oh yeah, no problem. Well, she didn't, and I remember thinking it may be an issue. And right then, I was like, oh God, what if she doesn't? I was like, was she saying she's going to? So I didn't.
Right.
I was questioning it, but
Right.
she seemed
You
like
should've backed out.
I should have right then been like, yeah, I'll come back,
Yeah.
or I should have, but I didn't. That was an issue. The other issue was the thing I did with Allison Arnold, which was where she yeah, I'm done. Thank you. Where she pretended to be Rosita Perez. Like, that was there was just no real benefit. It was just Allison saying she wanted to do something. What could she do? Everything was going smoothly without her doing that. And for some reason I was like, well, you could do this. It was kind of like I was just trying new things.
To give her something.
To do. And it was stupid. I could have given her, I could have just said, look, let me give you 10 grand.
Right, go spend this.
Right, you can pay me back later. I'll get you on your feet. No big deal. But instead, and I was giving her money. I did rent her a place and bought her stuff. But I was like, I did it just because it was kind of a practice run to see what would happen and this and that. And really what I was doing was working very smoothly and was just pure stupidity. It was like trial and error. Well, I mean, it's not the kind of business you do trial and error.
Yeah.
Trial and error is somebody gets caught and goes to prison.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a complete disregard for everything that I had already kind of knew wasn't going to work or shouldn't be tried, and I tried it anyway because I was thinking I'm not going in the bank. So worst case scenarios, they get grabbed. I'll get them a lawyer. Will this? Will that? You know, it was just stupid.
Yeah, but you can't always trust people in that situation.
Oh no, you can't trust anybody.
Yeah.
Nobody I know didn't turn on me immediately, but I didn't know that at the time. At the time, I thought, oh well, you know, oh this person won't say anything. This person, but that just wasn't the case. You know, which is fine. You know, I don't blame anybody. It was absolutely my fault. Like I never should have involved Allison Arnold. She didn't even do anything. She didn't even know anything. She was just in a bad spot, and I took advantage of the situation.
She was just there.
Yeah, you know, and I should have known. I mean, I not I should have known. I did know, and I did it anyway because I thought, well, I wonder if this will work. Yeah, this should work. Yeah, hey, we could do this and what the fuck am I doing? I've already got a foolproof plan that's making tons of money.
But you wanted more.
Yeah, well, it wasn't more. It was just trial and error. I wonder if this will work. Now it's just like, hey, let's tweak it here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Hey, I wonder if this would work. You know, it's like, okay, well, what are you doing? You're getting fucking creative. You got a foolproof money-making machine right here. Don't get cute. Just stick with the plan. It's working. The banks didn't even know they were being defrauded. I'm buying a house for 50 or 40, recording the value, borrowing 150, 160, walking away with $100,000. Then the house goes into foreclosure 6 months later. The banks take it back. They don't even realize that they lent $150 or $100,000 more on a house. They take it back, they sell it, they take the loss. They think, well, we just lost $100,000. That happens sometimes. And that's what they were. It was happening for a year and a half. They're not even looking. They don't even realize it. And then I start getting cute. It was just that was just pure stupid. I think that answers the question pretty much. It's just stupidity. I've got lots of stupid things I did. It hurts me when you ask questions like that. I wish you screen them better.
I didn't. You know, I'm just reading these. Danny Princem, he picks these.
Yeah.
I got one.
Keep that in mind.
From David Renee, who dropped $5 in the crab bucket.
Woo! Thanks, David.
Spicy.
If the U.S. government had offered Matt the chance to work for them for 20 years minimum, non-negotiable, in exchange for no prison time, would he have done it?
I mean, am I going to get paid? I mean, I still have to get paid. I still have to live. That's one of those
Are
questions.
you setting terms for the U.S. government?
I am setting terms because I have to, if they're like, oh, we're going to pay you $24,000 a year for the next 20 years. Well, I'm not. I mean,
You'd rather just ride it out in jail.
I don't know. I mean, that's like, can I work a side job? Like, I'm an indentured servant for the next 20. That's a tough. Like, or you go to jail for 10 years, or you get 26 years, or 20. Whatever it is. I need more, but I would basically say, if the terms were correct, then yeah, I would absolutely do that. Of course.
Good answer.
Who wouldn't do that? That's the whole Frank Abagnale thing, the Catch Me If You Can. Like, everybody that watches the movie thinks that the FBI got him out of prison. They didn't get him out of prison. He got out of prison on, if you read his book, he actually got out of prison on parole. He was denied, I think, the first and second time he was up for parole. I think he did like 6 years total on a huge sentence of like 14 years or something. I think it was 14 years. He ended up doing like 5 or 6 years. He gets out, and then he starts working teaching classes. Like, it doesn't happen the way they portrayed it in the movie. He actually did all of his time. And people are like, oh yeah, the FBI came and they got him out. No, they didn't. You watch the movie. The movie's wrong. Read his book. He tells exactly what happens in his book, which is called The Art of Steal. That's the second book to Catch Me If You Can. And he goes over a whole bunch of scams and stuff too. It's actually pretty cool. Catch Me If You Can. The book is pretty cool.
Really?
Like,
is the book the same? The book is that same title? Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can. It's almost exactly like the movie. Almost. There's some subtle differences.
We're actually heading in a great direction because we got another question from Sandro Neelis, who dropped $5. What is the best fraud Matt ever heard about, and is it still going on? Also, he needs an audio book version, and he wants you to read it.
an
wants you
audio.
to read the audiobook.
Well, you must have just tuned in. I've got a professional narrator doing the audio version
They
of
want
my,
your voice.
Yeah, they don't want a
I want
professional.
your voice.
They
It's
want
not
the
gonna
real
happen.
thing.
I can't read it. I read like a fourth grader. It would be horrible, and you wouldn't want to read it.
Why don't you do your audiobook the same way David Goggins did his audiobook? He didn't actually read from anything. He basically just did what we're doing. He had like a he had like
Just
a
tell us
professional
a story to somebody.
that David
record
Goggins did an audio version of his written book, and he basically had a guy like who was a professional, like a professional a guy who reads books, basically ask him a list of structured questions to where Goggins could fill in the blanks, talking from the heart. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was kind of like a hybrid podcast / audiobook, and it was actually really entertaining. I thought it was done really well. You should check it out. That would be a good option for you to do. I think people would
you
love
could-
that.
You could give me the
I
link.
could ask you the questions.
You could give
could
me
I'll send it to you.
answer 'em.
I'll send it to
Give me
you.
the
We
link.
could
and
hang
I
out.
will-
We
I
can
will
hang out,
check
eat
it
some
out.
crab.
Yeah, we could
Eat
eat crab
crab.
and read your audiobook. Shane is fucking up the
I
crab.
mean,
Too much?
He is.
Delicious.
There's more crab over here.
Yeah, you want these crab and taters?
I mean, he's chewing up
What are
the
we gonna let
bone.
him- I'm gonna let him go to waste.
He's chewing up the bone too. I mean, it's
The bone.
Ain't my first time eating crab.
I gotta be careful with
No,
this
no,
juice.
no.
Yeah.
Keep-
Here,
keep
put it over here.
It's
We don't
juicy.
gotta spill it.
Let me throw this
Don't,
away.
don't waste it.
Don't waste the juice.
Don't waste the juice.
Hey, who wants to see Danny drink the juice? If anybody drops $10, Danny will drink the juice.
$50, he'll drink the juice.
I don't think Danny's drinking that juice.
He'll drink it.